Hi, my name is Kat, and you can see my dog and we're here is super comfy and sprawled out behind me. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about a few different somethings. But I do want to talk about protection because a lot of people have been asking me in the past about the best way to protect yourself from any kind of negative energy, evil eye, all that kind of stuff. Of course, if you've got a ghost in your house, many people do. I have some in the house that I've moved into now, and I'm having a very different experience from the experience that I had in the house that I was living in Indiana. I think sometimes things can get escalated with energy-wise by the amount of fear or anger or whatever emotions that are negative for you to attach to a spirit, and a spirit in itself has had its own, played out its own life. And one needs to remember that sometimes these spirits are going through transformations when they get to the other side, but generally they will be, the same kind of spirit that they were in life. So if that person when they were alive was relatively mean and nasty, then chances are as a spirit they will be too. However, I will say this, I think that it is possible for a spirit to kind of radiate up into a higher vibration, so to speak. So if you take the initiative within yourself to change what you're vibrating at, everyone is vibrating at a different level, whether it doesn't matter where you are on that. It's, ideally we want ourselves to kind of ascend up to a higher levels, but bear in mind that it fluctuates throughout the day. You're not always going to stay at, like the highest level known, because that is where a lot of the monks, Buddhist monks, people in the church, as they pray, prayer is a form of a higher vibration. So it does not matter what religion you are. If you're praying, you're elevating yourself up to a higher vibration. It's the intention, though, into that prayer that you're giving. I do have a few things written down. Sorry, I'm disappearing. Okay, so people do ask me, well, is there anything that I can do solely, without needing, say, Ghostbusters to come in and take a look and find out what ghost I have in the house? You don't really need to do that. There are some methods that you can take. Of course, sage is one of the best. And when you do that, if you want me to ever do any demonstrations for how to actually do these protection rituals, it's very easy, actually. Make sure you get real sage. They're in bundles. The best way to do it is to go to a shop, or you can order from some places online, and I can link that down here for you. So what you do, it's actually better if you have a gas stove, it actually lights a lot faster, because if you're trying to light it using matches, it's gonna take forever. So if you have a gas stove, get that sage in there so it lights up and is really, really smoking. And so what you're going to do is you're gonna start by saying, I am protected. All the negative toxic energies are now being released. Okay, so you can do that for yourself with the sage. And then you can start at your feet, do underneath your feet, go around your body, go clockwise, and then go around your head. If you feel like people are talking very negatively or gossiping about you, hold that sage towards the back of your neck and your back. So go around this way, and that will help alleviate that. Okay? Another thing that you can do that smells super delicious, and you can actually combine some of these things if you want to. Cinnamon is a wonderful spice that everyone has in their cupboard, so you can use cinnamon. Take cinnamon sticks, or you could even use the powdered cinnamon. The cinnamon sticks, make sure that you use the Ceylon cinnamon. That's the best one to use. So you could even burn the cinnamon stick and walk around your house. I've done that, and then people just assume that I've made cookies or something, and they're like, wow, this place smells delicious, right? So you can do that, or you can make a pot of cinnamon tea, so you can actually drink it, and you can put it into a spray bottle. This is another way to do it. It's actually better to use it in an amber spray bottle, but my amber spray bottle went kaput. So right now I'm using this, but it makes everything smell super delicious in the house. And when you've got a dog like Amour, who when he gets wet, he gets super stinky. So it's really nice to have that spicy, nice scent in the air. Another wonderful scent is of cloves. So this is like a holiday scent. But you can use it for so many different things. And I mean, I use it for my own personal use. I put it in my hair. It's brought out some beautiful highlights in my hair. Of course, you can't see it right now because the lighting in here is a little wonky right now. But this, you can actually do a combination of cinnamon and clove, so you'll be doing two things. Cinnamon brings good luck into your life. Cloves will remove all hostilities and bad energies and anything negative. You can actually burn cloves if you can put it into a candle, or if you have, actually a really cool thing to do is save your coffee grounds, let them dry, and then put the cloves that have the little bulb on them into the coffee, and you burn that, and it smells absolutely delicious. You would think that it would smell really weird because of the coffee, but it actually smells really good. It makes your house smell like a coffee shop. So if you've been spraying the cinnamon around and then you're burning the cloves, it smells really, really good, trust me. Another thing that you can do, of course, is with salt. So what I have told quite a few people to do, and it's worked really, really well for them, is you can put a bowl of salt underneath your bed while you're sleeping, so it pulls down all that negative energy, and then you toss it, you know, get it out of your house, get that negativity out of your house, and then the next night you do the same thing with another bowl of salt. You can also clean with salt, and salt is great at absorbing all that negativity. So if you sprinkle it down on the rugs, you can sprinkle a mixture of salt and baking soda down on your rugs. And that helps to eliminate doggy scent, and it also helps to alleviate any feelings of heavy energies. So when you vacuum that up, the air just feels so different and so amazing after you do that. Lemons. You might not think that you could do something with a lemon besides make lemonade, but you can actually change your whole vibration just by drinking lemon water. So it's very simple. Don't put the sugar in it, and I know it sounds weird because you want it to be sweet, but essentially what the lemon water is going to do is so, I mean, you can Google it. It would take me forever to go down the long list of all the benefits of lemon, but it also, you know, livens up your mood, you feel better, it brings benevolent and kind and good energies into your home. So I find that lemon works very, very well for me. Also, something that I wanted to talk about is I know a lot of people right now are feeling on edge, and especially with everything that's been happening in this world. I'm gonna say to you what my grandmother said to me when I was a little girl, is we all bleed red. We are all human. Some of us are more sensitive than others, and she called me her little sensitive girl because she would cuddle with me. I miss her like crazy. She passed away when I was about 4 years old, but she's the one who really got me started on my mystical journey, and I've always wanted to know more and more and more about all of the things that she started to teach me. So, and a lot of those things were palm reading and herbs, and I always thought that she had cookies in the house. When she was burning the cinnamon and the clove and things like that. And so she always smelled absolutely delicious. She loved the scent of lavender and of vanilla, and those are two of my favorite scents as well. But something else that she used to talk about, and it's so strange how now I'm 50 and I'm remembering these conversations that I had with my grandmother when I was a little girl. You know, she was very forward thinking, and honestly probably belonged in this day and age rather than living through the 40s and the 50s. She so many things that she wanted to do that women just weren't allowed to do at that time, and that really sparked a lot of interests for me. Of course, I've always been an avid reader because she used to read to me, but you know, we would stop the book and, you know, get a little bit of cuddle in, and then she would say, Catherine, if you want something to change in your life, you need to be that change. And I've always thought about that, and I kept thinking, you know what, that's so right, it's so true. And quite often when I'm with a group of people and they're being all weird, and I'm thinking like, this is just, you know, if they're negative, and I'm thinking, well, what am I doing something to bring on this negativity? What do I do? How do I change this? And you know, it's like that whisper of be the change. So how do you change that? So my way has always to go to humor. So I'll say something weird or funny to lighten up the mood, and people start laughing. Then the next thing I know, everyone's in a much better state of mind because of trying to lighten up that. You know, right now there's so much hostility going on, and if you find that you're in a very hostile environment, do what you can to get out of that, or see if you can change it. If you can change it by making a goofy joke, try it. If not, try to remove yourself from that situation. Sometimes when you know, there's so much political discussion going on right now, and people keep saying, well, how do we change this? And I've said several times, if you want change, you need to look within yourself so that you can change your environment. You know, it's that be the change thing that my grandmother used to say. So it's that idea of going within, since most of us are pretty isolated at this time anyway. You know, take a moment and think about everything that you want to change in your life. Is everything going the way that you want it to go? If it's not going the way that you want it to go, then what can you do to change it? For example, I'm a contract worker usually, so I do different things independently and will sign on for a contract. So right now I don't have an unemployment check coming in. So, you know, I'm one of the ones that are freaking out right now because this check isn't like going to just magically appear in my mailbox. So it's that idea of, if I want things to change, I'm either gonna have to find a really amazing job with a 401k and hope that comes through like that, or I'm going to have to say, okay, so right now I can't teach any private voice lessons or piano lessons or teach the way that I would normally, so I'm gonna have to do something differently in order to bring currency in. Usually the other things that I do don't involve any money, so it also, you know, comes down to, okay, if I'm good, volunteering is wonderful and I love doing it, but at the same time, right now, also in the back of my head is, I gotta pay the bills. So I'm very thankful that my wonderful landlord has taken the rent down a little bit, so that helps so much. I can't even stress how much that means to me, because it really lightened the heaviness that I was holding on to there. So, you know, is going within yourself and just thinking, what do I want that change to be? How can I make that change? You know, I feel like I'm all of a sudden gonna break out into a Michael Jackson song, but seriously, go and listen to that song, because, you know, it keeps going through my head, and I keep hearing that if we want to change, we need to take a look at ourselves, look at the person in the mirror. How can you change that? Are you already the best person that you can be, or is there something that you can do to change that? And if you want to get yourself to a higher vibration or get rid of all the negativity that's around you, toxic energies, of course you can't change another person because other people have free will, and you have to remember that. But in order for you to raise yourself to a higher vibration, that means maybe altering what you're eating. I went vegan, and since I've done that, my life has changed so much for the better. My stomach woes have stopped to a certain degree, but I've always had stomach issues, so I'm constantly trying to find ways to alleviate some of the symptoms that I go through. But it's also, you know, ensuring that you're eating the right proteins and you're eating the right vegetables and fruits, and being healthy and drinking enough water. I can't stress how drinking water is so good for you. It's not just the lemon water, it's just making sure that you get those 8-ounce glasses of water, at least 6 of them every day. Do your best to do that, and that will help, because if you go over to a vegan diet like I did, you want to make sure that if you're eating a lot of leafy greens, if you're eating a lot of almonds and pistachios and all those yummy nuts and things, that you're getting enough water, because in doing that, you'll make sure that you're not going to get any issues with kidney stones. So making sure that you get that fluid into your body is of the utmost importance. You don't have to majorly give up a lot. You know, it's also aligning with that idea of we are, you know, essentially all connected in some way. You know, I've been finding out what a freaking small world this is, you know, finding people that live where I am that used to live very close by in upstate New York. So I was like, oh my God, you know, so it's a good thing, and it's cool. And it's just so bizarre when you realize that this world, what we're on now, this little microcosm planet floating through the universe, and you would think, you know, after going through life and going through college and going through different jobs, and then you move to a new area, and then boom, there's someone that you knew from a long time ago, and it's like, hey, wow, that's a small world. It's so good to see you. You know, it's a really amazing thing to have happen, because you can bring back old friends into your life that you haven't seen for ages, and you can reconnect. So it's so much nicer. And I know it's hard now because we're all separated by distance and supposed to be in your houses and not going out very much and wearing a mask and all that good stuff. But reconnecting with those people, whether it's at a dog park, or if your technology is supporting it, do Zoom, do FaceTime, do all of those things, because I found that's really been helpful for me to stay in contact with all of my friends. And it's important for you to have that support to help elevate you. And bearing in mind, if there are people that are negative or toxic, and you notice that drain on your energy, you know, don't necessarily, I mean, a lot of people would say cut them out of your life. I'm not going to say cut them out of your life entirely, because those people need help, right? And try to be that voice of reason with them, so they can see the error in their ways, so they can learn to do what you're doing and elevating themselves to a better place, because it's easier to hold on to negative emotions and anger than it is to forgive and to go on and to live your best life. And the purpose of this channel is really to teach people how to live their best life, to heal. I'm happy to heal. So click that little like button and subscribe, and I can ensure that energies will get sent to you to help you to alleviate any issues, toxic energies, and bring you up to a higher level. Okay? Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Bye.